Okay, but if you're bringing Yoda on this crawl, I'm out. I'm not hauling a 2-foot-tall green gremlin home after 10 shots of spotchka.
Dude, he's like 900 years old, and he can handle himself, but... Anyway, hi. Welcome to the Lore Distillery presents Lore on Tap.
This is the podcast where we crack open kegs of fandom and pour out all of the delicious, messy lore inside. Comics, movies, games, galaxy-spanning epics. If it has a cult following and if it pairs well with alcohol, we're drinking about it.
From the dunes of Arrakis to the lava fields of Mustafar, we're pouring our way through every fandom. We're asking the questions you never thought to ask, like, what truly is butterbeer? Other weeks, we might be discussing fan theories, Easter eggs, and deep cuts the way bartenders argue over obscure ingredients. Lore poured straight to your glass.
And this week we're kicking it off by bar hopping across the Star Wars galaxy itself. Planet by planet, cantina by cantina, drink by drink, till one of us blacks out.
Place your bets now. My bets are on him.
Deceptions! Lies! Every day more lies!
So kick back, crack open your drink using whatever appendage you have, and join us on this Galactic Cantina crawl.
That wasn't Sagarera you just heard. It was I, your host with the most, Zachary.
I'm your host with the mostest, Hunter.
I'm not sure that most is a word.
Yeah, it's not. I just kind of hopped in there trying to think what could top you.
Alright, well, what are you drinking today?
Dude, Sith Blood. Which, surprisingly, coming from Dathomir, like, is a surprisingly sweet drink when you think about the fact that, like, all of them look terrifying.
I mean, but they gotta be, like, sweet on the inside, right?
I mean, we got Darth Maul, and that guy only spoke, like, 2 words and gave me chills out of all the Sith Lords.
I'm pretty sure by the end of it, he wanted to make love with Obi-Wan.
I don't think you, No, actually, the Clone Wars scene, when I look back at that, you might be right. The whole campfire, sitting around and, like, having a heart-to-heart.
Yeah, no, it's true. I think you might be referring to Rebels, but yeah, no, they're just out in the deserts of Tatooine. He's just sitting there waiting for him, and, you know, Obi-Wan kills him, spoiler alert for those listening, and all of a sudden, Darth Maul is dead, Obi-Wan's holding him in his arms. I think they had a romance the entire time.
Dude, you might be onto something. Dark, but sweet.
Yeah.
What about...
Speaking of sweet, and Tatooine, I have the Blue Milk Special, so you might be familiar with it if, you know, you've seen any Star Wars media for the past few years. My drink is milk from a bantha. It's blue.
It looks pretty good, I have to say. How's it taste, though?
I'm not sure. Not sure how banthas taste, but I guess it doesn't taste like the milk that we have on Earth. It kind of tastes like alien.
Does it, you get any hairs mixed in there?
I'm not going to think about that. And now, a message from today's sponsor. Today's episode of Lore on Tap is brought to you by Dex's Diner. Conveniently located on Coruscant in the Cocoa District, Dex's Diner is the only place where you can grab a tall glass of Jawa juice and a side of unsolicited life advice from everyone's favorite four-armed fry cook, Dexter Jetster.
Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Dexter specializes in bantha burgers, Nerf nuggets, and something called the Special, which Dex swears is delicious, but legally we're not allowed to describe.
Tell him Lore on Tap sent you. He'll give you a half refill of Jawa juice and one inspirational rant about how your generation doesn't know how good you have it.
Seriously? That's a deal.
Dex's Diner, where the food is greasy, the coffee is burnt, and the gossip is hotter than the pod racer engine. Located just 3 blocks from the Jedi Temple, unless it's recently exploded. Thanks, Dex. Have you gone down to Dex's lately?
Dude, I haven't been in a minute, but it's definitely on the list, because it's just that nice diner feel.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking after our tour, we might need to head down there just to get some greasy food. I have a feeling that it's going to be the only thing that prevents me from blacking out.
Honestly, if you get some greasy Nerf nuggets, it's the go-to.
I don't know. They're a bit too greasy for me.
Dude, you just got to pick the right sauce.
Whatever. All right. So moving on. We're getting ready to go on this tour here, and we wanted to let everyone in on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I had this idea. What if we take a galactic tour around the galaxy and go drink? You know, it's basically just like your basic bar hopping. It's just, you know, it costs a hell of a lot more. And we have to, you know, take maybe 5 or 6 days between each planet.
Sounds like a good time to me, but I think the real specific question is like, who are we bringing and what planets are we going to?
Well, I guess that's the question while we kick off today's Galactic Cantina tour. Call 1-800-FORCE-GHOST and talk to a real dead Jedi today.
Master Kai, tell me about the Jedi.
Do you know what it's like to watch your own clone trooper shoot you? I do. I see it every night, again and again and again.
For only 2 credits a minute, Yoda can haunt you.
Meanwhile, at Luke's house. Finally, some peace and quiet. Now where did my Twi'lek Babes Weekly run off to?
Padmé, much nicer she would be. Agree, don't you?
Yoda, get out of here. I can't do this with you here.
Do or do not. There is no try.
That's my mom.
What about Leia? Sexy she is?
Get out!
We are not responsible for the conduct of your dead Jedi. Alright, so like, really, who would you bring?
Oh man, I've been going back and forth on who I would bring to this. So I came down to 2 people. Mm-hmm. So it would be Hondo Ohnaka and Saw Gerrera. So do you know who both of those characters are?
Somewhat.
Okay. So for those who may not know, Hondo Ohnaka, he's everyone's favorite pirate. You know, he goes around in the Clone Wars, the TV show, and basically just kind of causes mayhem and does what he wants. I think that he would honestly be a fantastic drinking buddy because he could get you into places that, you know, you probably couldn't get otherwise. But I guess the downside is that you'd probably get kicked out of each and every place that you went to. So, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, if you're getting risk getting kicked out, I guess it also just depends, like, where is the night going to take you? What else can he really offer? Like, if he's up to, like, piratey stuff, what like, where do you think that's gonna take you for the night? Because you might be ended up in some funky situations.
I guess that's true, but my other option is Saw Gerrera, who's like a literal terrorist. So I'm not necessarily sure if I'm not really necessarily sure why I want to bring Saw Gerrera, only for the fact that I think it'd be really fun to watch him be offered a drink and then say no, I don't damage my body, but then immediately inhale basically the Star Wars equivalent of gasoline into his lungs.
It's sounding like you're going to black out with these two, and you're going to wake up, I don't remember the prison's name, but in Andor,
yeah,
you're going to wake up and just...
Narkina 5?
There you go. We're going to have to start building Death Star pieces.
Yeah, okay, you're right. I think I'm going to go with Hondo because I at least think that he can get me out of any situation he gets me in. I have a feeling that if I go with Saw, I'm probably going to be made an example of and probably end up dead at the end of the night. So, yeah, let's go with Hondo for me. All right. What about you?
Dude, I think I got to bring Yoda. Like...
Oh, God. I said at the beginning you couldn't bring Yoda.
All right, hear me out, though. If I'm bringing Yoda, at first he's probably going to be, like, you know, very humble, very Jedi approach to this. Like, I can't have something that's going to alter my mental state. But once you convince him, I feel like he's going to be a party animal. Like, the little green man has little 2 green glow sticks, and he's like,
a little extra party favor I have in my pocket, you see.
And then you don't even know where it's going to go from there.
You don't feel that that's a big hazard for, like, making it through the bar crawl?
Well, like we said at the beginning, he's 800 years old. He can handle himself. And plus, he's got Jedi powers. Like, if someone comes up and gives us a hard time, like, hey, you guys are a disturbance, he's going to do a little, you're a disturbance, you must leave, and wave his hand right in front of him, and right out the front door.
I'm just really concerned about the fact that, like, because he's 900 years old, he might actually get us kicked out of bars. You know, like, some of these places, they're cool and hip. You know, they're not going to want, like, the old grandpa at the scene.
Dude, nah, come on. The second that robe comes off and he's just in shorts, no shirt, and, like, shaking it up on top of a bar top, you're not telling me that, like, everybody's going over there just throwing dollar bills on the table, buying the little green gremlin his next drink.
All right, fine. I think I can somewhat get on board with this, but again, I'm not carrying him around after he has 10 shots of Spotchka. That's on you.
He's going to just force float. What's that when he uses... He probably will become a backpack at the end of the night.
Yeah, I'm not down with that.
Oh, now that you kind of say that, though, like, what if he, like, pukes on my shoulder? Like, he's just backpacking it up, and then he just party fouls right down the front of my shirt.
So, like, do you think that it would be, like, equivalent? So, like, he's small, right? Mm-hmm. So do you think it would be, like, equivalent puke of, like, a normal human, or do you think it would be, like, a small amount, like a baby?
Is it better or worse it's a baby, though? Because it's going to smell like an alcoholic's vomit. But, like, babies do that projectile vomit. So,
well, no, that actually might be a good thing, because if he's on your back, it might go forward. And then it won't hit you. It might hit someone else, and we could get kicked out of the bar.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm sticking with Yoda. Yoda's my go-to right now.
All right. I guess we'll go with Yoda. So, speaking about all the, well, unspeakable things that having Yoda with us is going to do to our mental health, we got to talk about our second sponsor. This episode of Lore on Tap is also sponsored by HoloNet Help. Life in the galaxy can be super overwhelming. Maybe you're a moisture farmer stressed about sand in places you didn't know sand could go. Maybe you're a bounty hunter struggling to balance work and life between disintegrations. Or maybe you're just tired of your apprentice trying to overthrow you.
With HoloNet Help, you can connect with licensed counselors across the galaxy without ever leaving the bunker, swamp hut, or Sith temple. Just log in through the HoloNet portal. In less than 48 hours, you'll be matched with someone who's legally required not to laugh or judge you.
It's more affordable than in-person therapy with Yoda, and way less cryptic. If you don't click with your counselor, you can switch at any time, no questions asked, except maybe, why are you breathing so heavily into the mic, Lord Vader?
So if you're struggling, don't go at it alone. Visit HoloNet Help/Cantina Tour to get 10% off your first month.
HoloNet Help, because even chosen ones need someone to talk to. Yeah, so I'm not super good on the sponsor screwing us over like that, putting Yoda in their sponsorship ad. Did they really think that he was the greatest person to talk to when it comes to mental health?
Dude, I mean, like, when you don't give the little green guy alcohol, he's probably, I mean, he is. He's the Jedi master, but
we know that as soon as you give him alcohol, he's going to be wrecking, everything.
I mean, you just kind of have to wait and see. And I think it also really depends on, like, the atmosphere that you're in when you give it to him. Like, really, I guess that comes down to, like, where would you want to drink most? Like, what would be the place you'd go to?
Okay. All right. I'll give you the first one that I would go to, and then I want to hear where we're going to next. Let's not worry about, the fact that there's going to be no rhyme or reason to the destination, and we're probably going to be going way over on miles, but let's just see where it goes. So, I think, to start out with, I'm probably going to say Korriban. And that's going to be a pretty deep cut for some people, but I think that would be a great place to start. Where's your second place? Or your first place?
I mean, my go-to is probably going to have to be Naboo to start. But, like, I'm kind of curious, like, why Korriban?
Alright, so Korriban, for those of you who don't know, it's super deep cut in Star Wars. It's not really in established canon, if you will, at this point. It's going to be like Legends Star Wars. But it's essentially the place that Bane created the Rule of Two. Kind of founder of the Sith. Like, everything got started there. The reason I'm picking Korriban as my first is I think it's going to be the most relaxed place. Like, yeah, we might die there, if we anger the Sith, which is all, in all likelihood probably going to happen. But, like I feel like I can go there and just, go find, an old Sith place, and there's just, one lone, droid bartender who's, still serving drinks. And, that bartender's got to be, the greatest.
Dude, I never thought I'd hear relaxed and Sith planet in the same paragraph, but, I kind of see what you're saying. My question is, do you think you're going to see the inner workings of the Sith without being part of the Sith? Like, you're going to go up to a bar and you're going to have some apprentice that's kind of drunk and he's sitting there well, yeah, dude, the world is filled with midichlorian and we're just going to go through and you can use it for powerful things. The Jedi just have such untapped potential, and get deep within it with you.
Yeah, I'm not really looking to get deeps with them, so, like, I might just tell them to, like, go away. Like, I'm not really interested in your, you preaching to me, your church stuff or whatever, so I think I'll just send them away.
Well, I mean, I guess this goes back to a question, though. Like, for your two people that you're bringing...
Just one. I'm not bringing Saw Gerrera anymore. I don't want to die.
Okay, that's fair. Still iffy on this planet, though.
All right, well... From Korriban to Naboo, what's going on with Naboo?
Dude, so, like, I personally like IPAs, and if we're looking at all of the Star Wars planets, like, that's probably the most hipster one. Like, it's futuristic, and it is also set in the past, and we have, like, these beautiful views of the grass, mountains, lakes, and then at the same time, you're telling me I can kind of run into a baddie like Padmé, and have a little buzz going on, ask her if she wants an Imperial IPA, and sit back and watch those weird cow things in the grass?
I mean, you're going to have to deal with Anakin at that point. He
ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Okay, all right. Well, someone hasn't watched the third Star Wars movie, but it's fine. It's fine.
That's fried chicken, then.
So you get on Naboo. So you know that Naboo is based off of, like, Italy, right? Filmed in Italy, I guess is what I would say.
Okay. I did not know that. I thought it was Switzerland, but perfect. That's still beautiful.
Do they have IPAs in Italy?
I mean, I got my little Starship Cruiser. I can bring it from wherever.
Okay, so you're traveling on Earth in your Starship Cruiser too. Okay, All right. Now that we're on the same page, I gotcha. All right. So meeting up with Padmé, definitely agree with you there. And then from Naboo. So this is why I said Korriban first. I'm going to Kashyyyk next.
See, yeah, I think Naboo is like that good introduction into what I'm going for, but like it's gonna get crazier as we go along.
Yeah,
like,
Kashyyyk, you're looking at like all they drink is like the most like toe curdling IPAs known to mankind. Like I'm not an IPA person, so like I probably won't drink anything there, but I will have it forced upon me. Like I have a feeling that the Wookiees are doing like keg stands, like every time that they drink, because like nothing else can get them like buzzed,
dude. And they're looking at the Wookiees, they're probably mixing some stuff like with their drinks. They're tree people, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, it's 100%. I agree with you. I am gonna take it a little bit like a little bit relaxed there, just because I think that I think you could just basically get on drugs for like 5 hours and then you're basically just screwed.
Dude, I mean, if the Wookiees are sparking up some tree, I just don't think we could hang there either. Like, it would be a few hours and I'm gonna be outplayed by the Wookiees. The cake stands are gonna add up, smoking's gonna add up. There's no telling at this point what's gonna happen on Kashyyyk. But at the same time as well, it would be a pretty fun time. And again, Yoda knows the Wookiees pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to closet that one for now until we are sure that we're going to be able to make it through it. So, all right. Next, after Kashyyyk, where are you taking us?
Ooh. Dathomir's probably my next go-to. A little bit darker. We're going from the nice, beautiful Naboo, and now I'm going to the place that I know like would fit in my heart. All I could think about that planet was just more like a metal vibe. It's going to be a lot of dark lagers. We're going to have like some of those gnarly drinks you don't even know how to pronounce. Straight shots going through there. And probably pool. I see them playing pool.
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure, because like, you know how they have like all the witchcraft there and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I'm like 99% sure that like every single drink has the equivalent of like a roofie in it, basically.
Dude, that's cool with me. Am I like... Where does the night take me, I guess, is more of my question.
Like, it's got to have some, like, dark witchcraft on it that just, like, does crazy things to you. So, I mean, it's gonna be crazy, but,
I mean, I guess we'll see where the night takes me.
All right, so, taking it a little bit more chill next. I think this is going to be the place where I'm just going to enjoy my time there, play some slots, do some casinos. Although, this is going to be a little bit more controversial for the fans. I'm going to Canto Bight. And for those of you who hate The Last Jedi, turn off your ears, whatever you need to do to get through this time. But yeah, Canto Bight, I think I was not a fan of The Last Jedi, but the planet itself is really cool. In the game Star Wars Outlaws, which also is controversial for other reasons, you end up playing there, and I think it's a ton of fun. It's just the casino world basically, and like that's what you do. You go bet on horse racing. They're called fathiers, and do a bunch of stuff like that. And everyone's super rich, and everyone thinks poorly of everyone who's poor. So it's pretty snotty.
All right, but like, you've been to Vegas, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. How can you handle yourself well in Vegas?
It depends on which time I've gone to Vegas. So
Okay.
Some of the times I go to Vegas, I'm great drinking water the entire time. Other times I'm throwing up in my hand and trying to find the nearest trash can.
So that's like a 10-mile by 10-mile strip of a city, and you're telling me you're about to do this on an entire planet of casinos, but it's going to be a chill time, and you're not going to go and bet everything on one horse.
Well, to be fair, okay, I was waiting to say this, but that's part of the reason that I kind of want to stop at Korriban, is because I'm looking to find some riches. Looking to steal some things from there and potentially use them to sell them so that I can have a lot of money to gamble on Canto Bight.
You know, we were on the same page for a second, but it started to kind of divert. I thought you were going to say going there looking for a rich sugar mama, and I was like, dude, that's a smart move. I'd follow in your footsteps, but you see, I don't have the gambling luck. So
yeah, well, neither do I. So it's not going to go well. That's why I needed the money, is basically just to make it through the night.
I see. So you're basically trying to collect funds here to make it to your next planet.
Exactly. You got it there.
Dude, I'm going to go back then to my rule here, and this is where I would go to Chandrila. Like, if I'm going there, I think I'm going to have a pretty great night, but I'm looking for a sugar mama by the end of the night. I'm going to be kind of making my way to each bar, looking for that lonely lady whose husband either just got killed by the Imperials or whatever's happening, you know? You just got to look for the lady at the bar who looks like she has riches, but she's alone. Why is she alone? Because something bad just happened. And who's there to save the day? The host with the most. Hunter.
No. I was the host with the most. You were the host with the mostest.
Hey.
Which is not a real word, so...
In this moment, I need the confidence to be the host with the most because I'm going in for the riches.
Alright, fair enough. Although, I'm not sure Padmé is going to be super happy about that, so I think you need to, think about these things here.
It's just one night. I gotta... Do they have bank accounts? How does this work in the galaxy?
Yeah, no, it's definitely, like Star Trek, they're obviously, we're in a perfect utopia society, nobody needs money. No, money is the everything in Star Wars. If you don't got credits, you're nothing.
I was gonna say, I gotta transfer the Imperial credits, but after that, I'm out.
Well, and depending on where you're at in the Star Wars universe, Imperial credits may not be worth anything. So, Outer Rim, nothing.
I do remember that with, what's his name in Phantom Menace?
Watto?
Yeah.
Good old
Credits
Watto.
don't work here.
Oh, good. Good old Watto. So, Chandrila, I think it would be pretty chill. I think you're probably, again, you're looking a little bit more like Snotty in terms of the people that are there. Definitely going to be kind of hipster vibe. Are you going for that?
I'm definitely going for the hipster vibe. There I got my eye on one prize, but also the second prize is what's on tap.
All right, well, I'll leave you to that. So, my last place, and I'm not 100% sure that we're going to make it to there after all of these things, is Coruscant. I don't think it could be mentioned without, or I don't think you could go on this tour without going to Coruscant. It's literally covered, the entire planet, with buildings. You don't think that there's one, maybe block in Coruscant that's just a bar next to each other for, 2-3 miles. I think that's got to be the greatest place to go drink.
I would agree, but I'm going to test you right now to see how you do there. You want to buy any death sticks?
Oh, I think I'd rather go home and rethink my life.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You're right, I want to buy some death sticks.
Yeah.
All right, Coruscant, and finally, where are we heading last?
Dude, I think I would end it in Corellia. It's a giant shipping planet, but that's what, most of my favorite bars are usually going to be breweries, and I think that's just the perfect vibe. It was an old shipping area that was just converted into a brewery itself. You're going to have, just those little flights. You get to sample different beers or different drinks from across the galaxy, and then you're just going to catch the next thing you're going to have to do.
All right. I mean, Corellia is great, although I think it's great for one reason. That's because Han Solo came from Corellia.
Exactly.
But yeah, I know. I could see it being popular on brews. You know, it was basically gentrified recently, so all those breweries are taking off.
Dude, Han Solo is the original hipster. And if I know anything about IPAs, hipsters flock to IPAs. So Corellia is going to have some good beer.
Hot, dripping, moisture. Watch Uncle Owen milk the condensers in real time for only 5 credits a month.
Wait, he's just wringing out a wet rag.
Oh, you like it dirty? Add Baru for the double condensation special. Moisture Farmer OnlyFans. Wettest content on Tatooine.
Lonely? Tired of swiping left on carbon-based losers? Introducing Swipe Right 2.0, the only dating app where droids date droids, and occasionally you.
Yeah, you matched me with a gonk droid. It only says gonk.
Yeah, but does it say it with passion?
That sounded like it just proposed to me.
On Swipe Right 2.0, you'll find love with astromechs, assassin droids, coffee machines, and even old battle droid torsos hooked up to a car battery.
Why is my microwave sending me nudes?
Because it loves you, Kevin. It loves you.
It's in my house. I didn't give it my address.
You matched your theirs now.
Oh gods! It's plugging me in!
Swipe Right 2.0. True love is mandatory.
And we're back with you. Alright, so I think it's time. We're starting the tour. So, like I said, Korriban is where we're starting. And it's a little bit complicated when it comes to some of these places. So, I know the whole thing with this show is lore, but like, not everything has some like super in-depth lore, especially when it comes to like drinking on the planet. So, for Korriban specifically, it's obviously a super desolate desert world filled with Sith tombs and ruins, red skies, endless sandstorms, and super heavy dark side aura. It's really going to be very limited in terms of the canon. There's not going to be any bars, honestly. And so I'm going to be drinking in an old Sith cult tavern, maybe a crypt lounge where the acolytes gather. There's going to be some torches and some drinks in the bones of Jedi. So I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing. I think that they serve something called Sith whiskey, according to legends. It's harsh, burning liquor. So, in case you're interested in that.
Dude, it's going pretty dark right off the bat to start off your tour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going to drink one there. There's also blood wine or blackroot venom, which is hallucinogenic Sith brew. So, again, I'm just having maybe like one little drink. It's honestly pretty creepy. And so I want to get kind of like that vibe, you know, make sure that I'm grounded, and then we can, you know, boot scoot away.
This sounds like more of a spiritual journey on this planet rather than a bar crawl for the night.
You know, honestly, yeah, probably.
I guess the real question again is, who are you going to see in this bar? Like, do you think you're going to run into anybody? And if so, like, what do you
I honestly don't think I'll run into anybody. Like, I think there might be a droid there who's serving drinks and has been serving drinks for the last, like, thousands of years. But maybe an acolyte, like, maybe some, like, weird guy, like, dressed up in, like, some sort of, like, goofy outfit that, like, claims the Sith are still around. Like, I think it's going to be very conspiracy theory.
You think they're going to talk you through your spiritual journey after drinking blood wine?
Again, I'm fully vested in my faith in... not really the Jedi either, but I'm not following the Sith, so I'm just going to politely tell them that I'm not interested in their religion.
You're going to be like, after you drink, though, like, when you're seeing things, you're going to be sitting there, like, rocking back and forth saying, you don't know the power of the dark side.
I hope not. But, yeah, so I think on Korriban. I think Hondo, he's gonna invite, he's gonna take us there. I think he's gonna be chill at that point. I think that he doesn't really like Korriban. I think it's too Sithy for his takes.
That's fair. Well, after you recover for a couple days, I feel like that one's gonna need a few days of self-reflection. But are you coming with me to Naboo?
Of course.
Right.
I'm in this for the long haul,
dude. Well, let me tell you, like, if we're going from that dark area, we're gonna come back to a very nice, green hills, lakes, some nice architect. It's gonna be a lot more of a chill vibe. And like I said, I like IPAs, and I guarantee they're gonna have some good things on tap. But really, Naboo wouldn't be Naboo without the wine. If you're thinking like Padmé is definitely sipping on some wine on there.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit nervous for that reason. If I drink too much wine, it's like double its effect on me of like any other alcohol. Like I'll be done after like 2 or 3 drinks. So I might have like 1 drink of wine, but I'm honestly thinking of the Maluron or the Maluron juice cocktails. Those are pretty good.
That's true. I mean, depending on how crazy you get there too, like it could be a very, very chill time. But like you were saying, if wine's what gets you there, imagine you get a little crazy and you and whoever you meet go skinny dipping in the lakes. And I don't remember that giant creature that was going after Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan in Phantom Menace. But that could also end really bad and be an early night of death for you.
You know what? I'm actually really kind of regretting this. The fact that I didn't choose Jar Jar as my companion. So
that's a good point.
That's who I would really like to run into. There is Jar Jar. So if I go skinny dipping and Jar Jar pops out, you know what? My night is made.
What do you think he's gonna say when he comes? Like, let's just say you're swimming, he pops out and he's like, "Oh, Zachary, hello. What are you drinking there, sir?"
I don't know. I think I'd honestly be in shock. As a 90s baby, Phantom Menace was the greatest thing ever because it was the first Star Wars movie that I watched, and so I think I'd probably be in shock, and I would just I wouldn't be able to do anything.
Well, I mean, now it seems like Jar Jar's gonna be disappointed. He's got no. You didn't offer wine. You didn't offer.
Okay, all right. Once I'm out of my shock, I will hand him over the finest wine there is.
That's fair. All right.
Well, so what's Yoda doing? Come on. That's the real reason we're interested in this.
Dude, Naboo is going to be the chill place. I think that's where he's really going to be at peace, and he's going to be kind of the same boat. Like wine, but more self-reflective. I think he's having 1 glass. He's going to be sitting there, meditate, and he's just going to kind of let me and Padmé be for a bit. You know what I mean?
You and Padmé. Well, it's like you said, she's batty. All right, so Yoda's chill here.
Yep.
Okay. Will he follow us to the next place? It's Kashyyyk, so probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so going on to Kashyyyk, we've had our fill of wine there. I've narrowly avoided just getting absolutely buzzed out of my mind, and we get to the tall stretches of trees, thousands of feet in the air. It's just all these little villages that are built on these trees. And like you said, there's probably lots of plants. But we're avoiding those. We're trying to avoid those so that we can continue on. We're just having a drink or two, enjoying the Wookiee culture. Let's say there's Life Day going on.
So, I guess starting off, we're going to have to talk about Yoda because I feel like he plays a pivotal role in what's going on here. So, are you introducing yourself to the Wookiees and asking, what's a good spot to go to, or are you just letting Yoda lead the way?
Honestly, I was intentionally not inviting Yoda, but since he's along for this ride, I guess maybe I'll say I would ask him where he would suggest going. I'm not going to take it as oh yeah, it's the gospel truth. Yoda says we do. But yeah, I'll definitely give him the input. I feel like, honestly, as soon as we say we're going there, his shirt has come off and he's partying, drinking. Although, depending on what time this is in Star Wars, he could be super depressed because, He watched all the Wookiees die.
That's a good point too. I didn't even think about that.
So
it just got so dark.
Yeah, no, I take it back. I don't think he's taking off his shirt here. I think he actually leaves us for this portion of it and just goes and he just mourns. So
now I think it's just me and you.
Yeah, I think we just need to like pour one out for Yoda. Like
they're pouring out for Yoda, pouring out for the Wookiees who's suffering more here.
Yeah, that's true. Although depending on what time we're here, it also is under Imperial control. So. Like, but we're human, so like we're okay. Like the Imperials are like, oh yeah, you're good, you're cool. Okay. So
it's the I guess what would you pour out for the Wookiees? Can't let the Imperials know, but
well, so I think that they drink port. It's like fermented sap, and I don't really want to drink that. So I think I'm gonna pour one out because I don't want to drink it, but they don't need to know that. And this is This is not on the record, so don't go repeating this to them.
That's okay. I don't speak Wookiee.
Okay, well, it's gonna be kind of difficult to order here.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Where's Han when you need him? Why didn't we pick Han to bring with us?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
well, it's too late now. You brought Yoda. Hondo. Okay, Hondo could help though.
Can he?
Yeah, I mean he's a smuggler.
That's true.
I'm sure he either knows the Wookiees or he like could find a Wookiee for us to like commune with.
All right. So I guess that's the other kind of part there. Like if we need things translated and we're with a smuggler and I don't know if you trust him, but like do I want to trust that he's telling exactly what we want, or are they planning to then rob from us and take what we got already starting off this crawl?
I would assume that Hondo is going to rob us at some point. So don't bring anything, and I forgot to mention at Korriban, me and Hondo, we stole some like Sith treasures. So like we have those, but at this point Hondo's already like pawned it off. So yeah, we don't have that anymore. We're not rich. But I mean, Hondo's kind of the enemy you know versus the enemy that you don't know. So I feel like we're fine because we knew that he was going to steal from us in advance.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well,
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you sitting at the end of the night in Kashyyyk?
All right. To be honest, I think I might have smoked a Kashyykian plant. I don't know what it is, but I think that I am fully out of it for the next few days.
All right. So we're aiming up in that 10 spot. We need a few days to recover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm good. I'm recovered. It's been a few days, and Hondo has now pawned off our riches from Korriban, and we're moving on to our next place. So Dathomir?
Dathomir it is. Which, I think going from there, it's Yoda's not coming along, which kind of sucks because I mean, if he didn't come along with Kashyyyk too.
Well, I'm trying to inspect my lore, or like think about my lore here, but I think that Yoda actually has some pretty good connections with the Dathomirians. I think there's some of the arcs of the Clone Wars where Yoda is. I could be completely wrong, and if so, I'm failing. But I think that Yoda does have to deal with the Dathomirians at one point, so he might go there as a opportunity to make goodwill or kill them. I don't know. I don't think he'd kill them, but I'm
hoping he puts business aside for the night because we're about to get some witches brews and we're going pretty hard in Dathomir. At least I am. I can't speak for you, but that's going to be the place where I'm really trying to see what's up.
Okay. So Dathomir. You got the witches of the dark side, and then you got a whole bunch of Darth Mauls running around. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna avoid the Darth Mauls. The witches seem like they'd be cool, but like, where are we drinking at?
I guess that's a good point. Like, same thing. I don't think there's really any bars in the actual show. Nothing like anybody can go to. But if anything, it's probably gonna be somewhere like a witch's brew hall, which you're gonna find like carved bones on the wall.
Oh, they have the other carved bones of the Jedi, right?
That's very true. I didn't even think about that. Like, in the same thing with having the really dim, kind of just creepy vibe, but more ritualistic and maybe like a little bit more relaxing.
I feel like we might have made a mistake in planning our route, and we probably should have put Dathomir and Korriban back to back.
Yeah, probably. It went really dark, light, dark, light.
All right. Well, it'll work out. It's a little bit of a it keeps us down after Kashyyyk. So really, it might be a good thing.
Yeah, but I mean, we're also going to run into witches, so I feel like there's going to be a lot more spells. Kind of like what you were saying earlier, like you don't know what's going to be slipped in your drink there, and even if so, like I'm along for the journey on that night.
Yeah, so from what they say in Legends, there's the Dathomiri Blood Brew, which is fermented crimson liquor, possibly brewed with venom or herbs, and then the Witch's Cauldron cocktail, which admittedly is made up. But come on, it's got to have, swampy green glow, spicy herbal, or, again, laced with spice or hallucinogens. So
sounds like my kind of drink.
Oh, gosh. All right. I'm going to let you have fun there. I'm probably just going to have a couple of drinks and try to avoid being taken advantage of by witches. So, by the way, you don't order on Dathomir. You just walk up there and they give you a drink.
That's even better. You're telling me I got to take out a step in this whole process? Do they speak drunk?
I don't know if they speak basic.
Okay. Well.
So you might be out of luck. Unless you meet, the main witch.
Oh, that's fair.
Or Ventress. Ventress could be there.
Ooh. This is becoming a wild night.
Okay, so Padmé, then Ventress. Got it. All right. And then, when we get to Chandrila, that's a whole nother issue. All right. Okay, moving on. After Dathomir, we're going to the bright lights of Canto Bight. Mm-hmm. So, again, Canto Bight is like the Monte Carlo of space. Casinos, luxury resorts, a bunch of those races of the fathiers, they're like horses. So it's the most elite of all Star Wars. And they like to ignore galactic suffering.
So I guess when you have a planet that's just full of the best places, where do you go?
Honestly, I'm just going to get free drinks all night. That's why you go to casinos, right?
That's true.
It's just so that you can, look like you're betting, and then they bring you drinks.
And I am totally drawing a blank here. Who are you bringing with?
Hondo Onaka. So this is actually going to work well because he's probably... Well, okay. It's either going to work well or it's going to be awful. So he's probably got connections. Mm-hmm. They're probably bad connections.
That's what I was thinking.
He's probably not allowed there.
That's what I was thinking.
So he's going to sneak in and disguise, and he's going to know all the things to get us the free drinks, the free chips, all those things so that we can actually have fun.
Is he going to get you a free room for the night? That's the real question.
I really hope so. I need that comped room because I can't afford it because he stole from us.
Exactly. So where are you starting off? Are you starting off on slot machines? Are you starting off watching the races? Or are you going straight for the bar?
I think I'm going to start out on the races, and I'm going to look like I'm betting, and then I'm going to get a fuzzy tauntaun. So this is an actual in-canon drink. But they serve it at Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. Mm-hmm. So it's basically a peach schnapps cocktail with numbing foam. So as you drink it, it numbs your mouth.
What? That's an actual thing.
Yeah, it's a legit thing. Yeah, you literally go to Galaxy's Edge. They give you this drink, and it numbs your mouth.
Dude, why are we here at a podcast right now? Let's go to Galaxy's Edge.
Well, that's why we're doing the podcast, is so that I can go to Galaxy's Edge.
I like the way you think.
With, Hondo.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe a good idea for a future episode. We'll do a podcast from inside the bar.
I like that idea, and I'm gonna bring a Yoda backpack just in spite now.
Okay, all right. Yoda's an issue. So speaking of issues, and they're not really issues, but other drinks we could drink. So there's an Andoan White Ale, which is also canon. They serve that at Galaxy's Edge as well. And then Meluran juice cocktails. They're kind of all over where it's fancy. Meluran is it's super common in Rebels. They mention it all the time because they try to steal it. It's kind of like your Aladdin street rat fruit that everyone wants. So might get some of those.
So how many fuzzy tauntauns before you're starting to place ridiculous bets?
Well, I don't have any money, so I was placing ridiculous bets the entire time until I got kicked out.
I see. You were never planning on paying the money.
I was not.
Well, now you're going into the whole thing of I forgot their name, but people who hunt smugglers and people that owe money, basically loan sharks, but of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what are you gonna do with it?
But I've got Hondo with me. That's the whole thing. Is he's gonna it'll all go back down to him. I'll pin it on him, but he'll be okay with it because he's already like he's just a criminal.
You've really thought about like who you're bringing.
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, like I brought Yoda just because I'm like, oh, he's gonna be a fun time. You like planned your planet based off of who you're bringing. You're like, he's getting me out after this.
Oh yeah, no, Hondo's my guy.
Dude, props to you.
All right, so I think we have lost all our money at Canto Bight, and we are moving on.
We are. I think. What was next? It's gonna
Chandrilla?
Be, yeah, there we go.
Did you forget because you got too drunk at the casinos?
I did.
All right.
Kind of blacked out there for a bit. Woke up on the ship, and you're like,
it's Chandrilla time.
This is again where I'm not really going. Like, I am going for the drinks and the vibe, but I'm going more for a set mission on the people of this planet.
Yeah, to bring them goodwill, right?
I'm bringing myself goodwill.
Okay, all right.
I'm a person from goodwill who needs goodwill.
This is Mon Mothma's homeworld, right?
I do.
Mon Mothma is also a baddie.
She has a husband though, doesn't she?
No, they're fully. At the end of the spoiler alert. So for those of you who haven't watched Andor yet, watch it. It's a great show, probably one of the greatest. So spoilers, stop listening if you don't want to find out. But at the end of that show, her husband, she's part of the Rebel Alliance, yep. And her husband, who they were basically only married for tradition, mm-hmm. He is now with another woman. I don't think that they ever got fully divorced, but basically the long and the short of it is that she is single now. I don't think she's on Chandrilla, though, because, she's, like, the most wanted criminal in the galaxy.
I was going to say, weren't they hunting her near the end? I got, like, 4 episodes left in Andor.
Oh, God. I can't do this with you.
Well, anyway, now that I know she's single, and she's probably pretty depressed about that, and she's being hunted, it sounds like a nice cocktail mixture, if you will, of desperation, and that's where I swing in for the good play.
So the most famous thing on Chandrilla, like Naboo, is their wine. It's like it's drunk all over the galaxy. Like, I can't think of a Star Wars book they're in a fancy environment where they're not drinking Chandrillan wine. Although there is technically one wine that is more rare than Chandrillan wine, and it's Alderaanian wine, which that's because the planet got blown up. So. Anyway, Chandrillan wine is the most popular thing, and that's going to be followed by Tonneray, which is also super popular.
You're already being like my wingman in this situation to really help me out.
Although I'm slightly embarrassed because Tonneray is actually Alderaanian wine, so that's the rare stuff. So
I see.
Messed up here on my canon recall.
Well, if I'm going up to the diplomat with diplomatic wine, it sounds like I can seal the deal pretty well. I'm going to get those credits for the night, and I am off on to better and brighter things that night.
Yeah, I wish you luck because I don't think it's going through. I don't even think Yoda's helping you here. Dude. She's going to be at the capital city wine houses, and they're serving high-level people. Do you think you're getting there?
I fake it till you make it.
Okay, all right. Well, Yoda might be able to get you there.
Learn nothing from Han Solo.
I recall in most of the Star Wars media that Han Solo gets kicked out of pretty much everything that he does.
But he fakes it until he makes it.
He never makes it. He just does something else to get through the situation.
Well, hold on. If we're going to talk about this, the guy who can pull princesses, if I'm pulling from anybody,
he didn't. That wasn't the point. He wasn't trying to get Leia. It just kind of happened.
Or was it?
Okay, you know what? This is a discussion for another day and 4 or 5 more drinks.
That's fair. So, for yours, where are you ending this trip?
I gotta end on Coruscant, which I wish we were ending there for the whole thing.
This is your last planet, though.
It is my last planet, but then we have to go to Corellia after that. And okay, all right. I think we're good here. So Coruscant, I am just going balls to the walls crazy here. I am going to. The busiest, most alcohol-y section of Coruscant, and I am just drinking everything. There's a few standout places. So first we have the Outlander Club. So this is the nightclub where Obi-Wan and Anakin hunted Zam Wesell. And what is the best thing about Club Outlander or Outlander Club?
And does it have death sticks?
It does have death sticks in there. So I am going to avoid the death sticks because I really don't want to, like, they're bad. They're like, they can kill you. Like, that's the whole point of them. They're really bad drugs. So I'm going to avoid those. But I am going to drink there. And then I am also Once I, get my fill of like the higher up bars, I am going to head to level 1313, which is basically the dangerous underworld part of Coruscant. But again, that's where Hondo comes into play.
You know what's kind of funny? The thing that stuck out to me about the Outlander Club too, like it really is like that generic bar. I don't know if you remember from watching Attack of the Clones, but like they have a scene where there's robot football being played on the TVs in the background.
It's great.
Yeah, it's just the second I saw that, I'm like, oh, this is a bros bar.
That's like so it's basically, I feel like it's like Buffalo Wild Wings kind of.
Dude, exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. All right. So basically, Outlander Club is just the Buffalo Wild Wings of Star Wars. I'm glad we've established this.
But now after that, and then we're going to the grimy bits down under.
Yeah.
Lower levels.
Before I go down there, though, I do want to. So we mentioned Jawa juice at the beginning because of Dex's Diner. I'm going to drink a few more of those because they're great. And then also Coruscant Cooler, which, again, is a real drink. They serve it at Galaxy's Edge. You can go there, get a bunch of different drinks. I'm going to drink that as well.
Man, it's a vibe night. I think that is the night where it's just you are hungover the next day.
Yeah. And, it's like probably stomach pumped. It could get to that point. We don't want to get to that point, but there's a possibility.
We're waking up with I don't know if you want a tattoo or what would it be in the Star Wars universe?
Probably a cybernetic implant.
There we go. Waking up just like, what happened?
But it's gonna be like not what I wanted though. I'll be talking like, man, I'm gonna get this cool like arm implant that like allows me to do something. I'm thinking like cyberpunk, like I got the sword in my arm or something like that, and then I'm gonna end up with like just this like useless like leg enhancement where I can just like show off my leg and it like just shines a little bit more or something like that.
I was thinking something that would like pop out and it has 2 Advil for the hangover the next day.
Honestly, that's pretty useful though.
Yeah, that's very true.
All right, so we're done at Coruscant. We are boozed out of our minds and we're heading to our last place.
Dude, Corellia I think is a good place to end it. One, place of Han Solo. Like this is where it started. And like I said, IPAs are my favorite drink. I'm only going here more for the vibe and the aesthetic. I'm not going here to end the night with a banger, but I just want a couple good beers, a couple good drinks.
Did you know there's actually a Legends bar on Corellia called the Drunken Dewback?
Is it really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's I think that they serve Corellian ale there, so that's probably going to be the closest in-universe IPA for you.
That's true. Do they do flights?
They gotta do flights.
All right.
Like you said, I think we were talking about it before. Like this is hipster central. Like Han Solo originated from there.
Yeah.
And Han Solo is the original hipster. They've got to have flights.
Well, like you said, Han Solo's from there. The bars that are from there too are gonna have some pretty fun people. I feel like just to talk and hang out with. Like the Blue Sector Dives. It's Corellia's seediest entertainment district, but full of smugglers and spice dealers. Like
spice dealers from Dune.
Ooh, maybe that's a hint to the next episode.
Oh,
ooh, but yeah, spice dealer. I did say spice dealer, spice dens.
I mean, either way, it's like the same thing in every like universe that has spice. It's pretty much just like a mind-altering drug. Although I think that what it does in Dune is a little bit more. But again, we're off topic there. So I've got Hondo with me still. He's helping us out. Like Corellia's a little bit seedier. Mm-hmm. What happened to Yoda? I think we kind of forgot about him. Did he leave us?
He had way too much fun on Dathomir. It sounds like.
All right.
That's I think where the last time we talked about him was. He never made it to any of the planets past that.
All right, well,
we picked him back up then here.
Okay.
And
hey, does he have a shirt?
Nope, he lost it along the way.
Oh my!
He's got a tattoo now too.
What is his tattoo of?
It's a Wookiee.
Oh,
straight on the chest.
Perfect. That's great. All right. Well, I think that we have now finished our tour. I am still alive. I have a cybernetic implant now that makes my leg shine. You have one that gives you like Advil. Do you have anything else from this trip that is memorable?
I'd have to check my body and my duffel bag, but at this point, no. I do think I had a couple drinks that I brought along the way, and what were those? The Tauntaun Nuggets.
Nerf herder nuggets.
Yeah, there we go. I definitely had some of those stashed away. So, I didn't make out on any of the slots. I didn't bet anything. So, But we have memories.
Yeah, we have memories. Memories, and you struck out with all of the women.
I don't want to talk about it.
No. Yeah. For all of you, the viewers, for the listeners, struck out every single time. Yoda.
Here's the problem.
Here's the thing. Yoda actually made out with all of them.
So, I did get the digits to the bank account. The only problem was I was a little too drunk at that point, and I flipped around a couple numbers, and I couldn't remember the next morning, and it just didn't make out.
Yeah, well,
happens.
That's what you get. You wanted more than you bit off more than you could chew.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think we made it through it. We're alive though.
Yeah.
So I think at this point it's time to head to our last commercial break.
I think so.
Need a ride across town? Rank or rideshare. Affordable, reliable, and terrifyingly fast.
Oh, great heavens! It's eating the speeder!
Rank or rideshare. We'll get you there in one piece. Maybe.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode. We hope you had a fun time, and let us know which of the planets you would go to and who you would bring with. We're really excited for next week's episode. Let's just say it's going to get a little adventure-y in here. I think this is going to be more Zach's favorite episode. What do you think?
I think that you're absolutely right. And we're going to be asking a super controversial question. Could Marion outdrink Indiana Jones?
It's a good question.
Yeah, no, I think we'll find out next time on Indiana Jones and the Temple of Booze.
That's right, and until next time, keep your blasters holstered and your drinks full.